Does this work? Am I back? Hold on. Am I back? Is it connected? Can you log on? Oh! I think I'm back. Let's see. Hello, hello? Is everyone here? Man, I told you guys, I'm at a whole different house. And let me try and get everyone back on the stream. I do apologize. I was trying to stream at someone else's house. Everyone's on the Wi-Fi. They kicked me out. So I am struggling right now for Wi-Fi. But I am here. I'm trying to see if I can get you guys back. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can share the link to you guys right now. All right. I know. I'm so mad. I had this all set up and ready to go, and I tested the Wi-Fi, everything. It was strong, and I started talking, and I just saw disconnected. And I was like, what the heck? So hopefully it stays. I'm just praying it stays. Okay. But I was talking about injuries. So let's still get into it. I think I was talking about Dorka coming back. I was talking about Diamond Miller. There's no timetable for her return. I know she was having a rough start anyways, so obviously that wasn't fantasy relevant for us. The big one is Shakira Austin being out for personal reasons, which is a bummer because I have Shakira Austin, and I know she's been on a minute restriction. I think I knew what the risk was getting her. I just don't want to wait because all my games are close right now. So, I'm glad you guys found the link. Did it just re-pop up as the same video? Because I was going to try and find it, but it was just going to take me too long. But yeah, the Shakira Austin news is a bummer. She's already on a minute restriction, and now she's going to be out for personal reasons, which just sucks. So, but I hope everything's good with her. Brittany Sykes ruled out Saturday. Van Loo priority pickup there. So those are kind of the key injuries for fantasy-wise anyways. If you're just coming in, sorry about the disconnection. Here we go. I finally got the new link. I'm going to share it. Give me 1 second so I can share it back to everyone. Yeah. I'm trying to multitask. Obviously, I'm not in the same environment. If you're just coming in, I was just saying how I'm like co-babysitting right now. Because, good family member and all. So I'm trying to also stay live for you guys. Hopefully the internet connection doesn't go out. Okay, let me share that. Post it. Okay. All right, let's get into the fantasy stuff now. Before this hopefully doesn't cut out, but let's get into it. Okay. Number one pickup of just in general. It is Julie Van Loo. Yeah. Van Loo is my point guard I'm watching. Yeah. Capitalize on Brittany Sykes not being there, because once Sykes comes back, I don't know if Van Loo's going to be really playing as much, but I think she's definitely earned it. So we're going over the waivers for Saturday and Sunday. Liberty versus Lynx, Fever versus Aces, Sun versus Sky, Mystics versus Storm, Wings versus Mercury. So yeah, Van Loo for me is the number one pickup. 2 back-to-back 30-point fantasy games. Easy. That's easy right there. Second for me, Temi Fagbinlay. She's still out there. People keep picking up and dropping her. I get it. You got to make your own moves, but she's still out there in some of our leagues. Natasha Mack's still out there in most of our leagues as well. She's still solid. 20 points every game. I'll take that. Jordan Horston's out there still. 24 minutes, 22 fantasy points. I feel like she's a solid start. She did have that one low game of 8 fantasy points, which was a bummer. But I still think her usage is good enough to keep picking her up. Um, I wanted to put Monique Billings here. The only thing is, I'm just worried that she's not going to perform as good as she did the last game. And I don't want everyone's hopes to be up and expect that. I think she scored like 37 fantasy points. I don't know. I don't think she can keep up that consistency. But I would put her up here because the next couple of names are just like, really, you pick them up, you drop them, honestly. With the Shakira Austin news, I would move Hines Allen up. The only thing is I think I would still pick up the point guard from Dallas, Sevgi Uzun. I hope I'm saying her name right. She had 35 minutes last game. 17 fantasy points. Same with Ty Harris, 38 minutes, only 13 fantasy points, but still the usage is up high. I think after that, I'm going to go Hines Allen with Shakira Austin out, or Christy Wallace. Christy Wallace is now in the starting lineup. I mean, she doesn't put up that many points, teens, but that's going to be the same for Hines Allen. Like, she doesn't really score a lot either, but they're going to be in that same realm for me, honestly. Michaela Onyenwere, I talked about her a little bit before our live cut off, but what I was saying was if DeShields and Isabel Harrison are both out, I'm for sure picking up Onyenwere. I feel like she would be higher if she's in the starting lineup for me. 28 minutes, 22 fantasy points is pretty solid, but if DeShields and Isabel Harrison are back, I'm probably not touching her, honestly. She's already betrayed me once. I picked her up once, and it was not good. For me, Sammy Whitcomb is slowly moving up. Sammy did betray me first game. Those 3 fantasy points were rough. But ever since then, she's been pretty solid. She looks way more confident out there, shooting threes, hitting them. And then Stephanie Dolson, man, she took a dip. She started off really strong. I mean, 16 fantasy points, nothing to really complain about. It's still pretty solid, but with Shakira Austin out, I'm sure it's still a good move. I still have her in like 2 of my leagues, so I'm just gonna ride with her, honestly. What does that say? I'm against Van Loo right now. Oh yeah, I know. I picked her up. I don't know. I'm not going against you. I picked her up to play her last night and saved me because I'm in a close matchup right now. Are you guys in all close matchups? Because my matchup, we're both picking up and dropping people every single day. Like, it's stressful right now. I'm trying to get this dub. Kennedy Carter, 18 minutes, 24 fantasy points. If DeShields and Isabel Harrison are out, definitely a viable pickup, I say. These next ones, when it gets lower down this waiver wire, it gets rougher. Maddie Siegrist, man, guys, you know I love Maddie Siegrist, but fantasy-wise, it's not really working out. She's getting the minutes. 25 minutes, that's solid. That is some solid minutes right there. Like, you can't ask for any... I mean, you can ask for like 30 plus, but 25 minutes is solid. But only produced 12 fantasy points. Like, that's a bummer. I'm hoping, like, she gets over the hump. We can start producing. Same with Rachel Banham. Let's talk about that, first of all, because she took over my DJNA minutes. Anyone a Carrington manager here? Because DJNA girl, you let me down. At least double digits, but still, you've been so hot. I've been expecting a lot. Alicia Clark is always like a safe pick. Cause she gets the minutes. It's just her fantasy production is like hit and miss, but at least she's gonna play a lot of minutes. It says my matchup's close. The Fever 4-game slate is saving me. That's another thing we don't really touch on about my first week. So last week, a lot of my key players did not play a lot of games. Like the Aces, 2 games, and I have Asia in one of my leagues. So it's like, dang, like you really luck out if your team, like your players have a lot of games that week. Like Indiana's been playing heck of games. Who else? I feel like a lot of Indiana games. Seattle, I feel like, has played a lot of games. So it's like, hopefully the schedule slows down and like, because I feel like I'm on the bad end. A lot of my players aren't playing a lot of games. That's why all these games are really close. So hopefully the schedule flips in my favor soon, honestly. Okay, back to Saturday. So Kia Stokes, I did not I saw Kia Stokes' log. She had 28 minutes, 25 fantasy points. Will she do that again? Probably not. Probably not. But you could pick her up. That's so rough though, because you're gonna be unhappy when she scores you those 3 points. We had a running joke last year. She'll either score you 3 points or like 20, and it's usually always 3. Natisha Heidman. Natisha Heidman's getting some good minutes with Minnesota. 18 minutes, only 9 fantasy points. The previous game, I believe she was in double digits though. So that's another place to look. This is a player I probably should have ranked higher. I don't know why she's so low. Nyara Sabli. The only thing is, she's one of those where it's like 8 fantasy points, next game 20, next game 9, next game 20. So it's like hit and miss, hit and miss. You get what I'm saying? But I think she could be viable throughout the season. These next 2, Aaliyah Edwards, Satori Walker Kimbrough, with Shakira Austin out now. I wrote these notes before I saw Shakira Austin was out. You can move Aaliyah Edwards up. Maybe over Hines Allen now that I think about it. But that's rough. I feel like they could be equal. They're going to be a coin flip because someone has to come in for Dolson, right? So, yeah, I would probably say Hines Allen, then Aaliyah Edwards. Shatori Walker Kimber's been doing good, though. She had a couple solid games. But that's, again, only when Brittany Sykes is out. Brittany Sykes comes back. All these change. Like, everything's going to change after that. Okay, let's see these questions. 1K sub celebration. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. We're almost there. It's crazy. I can't believe it. I do thank you guys so much for that. We do appreciate it. I have to think about that 1K sub, though. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. Let's see. I have too many guards, but find it so hard to trade. Agumbawale, Howard, or Mabry. I try to tell myself they all play the same amount of games in the end, so it should even out. Yeah. Oh, but I wouldn't trade any of those. I'm not. Yeah, you got to keep them. And Howard's on your IR, so you should just pick up someone. I try and tell myself that too, but sometimes it doesn't feel that we're playing the same amount of games sometimes, you know? How do you feel about Billings? Would you drop Mac for her? Oh, that's rough. That's a great question. Okay, hear me out. Here is my struggle. Okay, Latricia, look, I closed my iPad with my notes on it because I was getting that serious. Latricia Trammell had that lineup with Billings and Kalani Brown, right? And then the second half, she put in Tara McCowan. Like, I don't know the vision Trammell was having in that game. I think Billings, like, she had a tweet where, like, I'm going to give it my all, yada, yada, yada to the fans, right? And she showed that against Atlanta. But a part of me, like, when you're playing fantasy sports and, like, just, like, sports in general, like, if you're going against your old team, you always feel more competitive and, like, you just want to show out, right? So that's my hesitancy, like, that, like, what if that was just, like, a one-hit wonder kind of thing? I don't know. I liked how she was playing, but the consistency of Mac's been so good. Now, the thing is, Mac has to play against McCowan and Kalani Brown, which is worrisome to me. The only thing is, Mac did good against the Aces in Asia. So I feel like, okay, let's go by sample size. Natasha Mack has had 4 20-plus point fantasy performances, right? Billings had 7-point fantasy game. How close is your matchup? Because I might go the safe route if I have the lead and, like, I want to keep my cushion. I feel like Billings is high risk, high reward. And Natasha Mack is safe. I'm going to get you 20. Don't worry. You know, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. As a Lynx fan, I wish I'd known how good Smith was. Yes, girl. Alana Smith. Everyone slept on her last year, too. I like Mystics, but they are the worst in the league. The Mystics are struggling because Brittany Sykes is out right now. Every game they played is, only lost by, like, possession or less or something? Like, all their games have been super competitive. Injury bug. They have the worst with injuries. I'm hoping they get it together. The best channel for women's basketball, hands down. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that because we do put in a lot of work and like balancing, you know, everything, work, then doing this. Like, this is fun. Like, this is a hobby for me, Megan, and Brooke. So, like, we do enjoy it. So, we are happy that, like, we can spread our joy to you guys. So, I do appreciate that comment. You ever use your IR spot as your own personal waiver wire? I'm in that situation. Explain that a little bit more. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? But Billings is fighting to stay in the league, period. If Dantas doesn't get it together, Billings would be great vet for Indy. I think they cut Dantas. I swear I read something that they cut her. No, but I agree. Billings is fighting to stay in the league, but I think she was also slept on. And Atlanta was crowded last year. So, like, she wasn't able to shine in Atlanta. And Dallas right now, injury bug, struggling. So, it's a perfect time for her to shine. So, I mean, I would understand if you did drop Mac for Billings. I really just think Billings high risk, high reward. So, she could drop 30 and then she could kind of disappear. But how she was playing against Atlanta was really, really good, I think. But I'm just hesitant because of her sample size is a little small. Oh, it was visa issues. Dantas, okay. I don't know why. I thought I saw a source that she got cut or something. So, that was weird. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, explain the waiver wire one. I mean, the IR one. You ever use your IR as your own personal waiver wire? Okay, let's go to Sunday's game. It's only Minnesota versus Dream and Dallas versus Sparks. I want you guys to know, I don't know if you guys tuned into the video before Fantasy where Brooke said, I jinx everything. Here's example number 1, Lexi Brown. Lexi, week 1, made me very upset. She did not produce how I thought she would have produced. So I dropped her. And you know what she did the next 3 games? She went off. So, not surprised. So Lexi went off 40 minutes, 35 fantasy points. She was in one of our leagues for a second, but she got picked up. But she is rostered in less than 40% of leagues, I believe. Kia Nurse would also be next for me, 31 minutes. She just 30-minute queen over here, and I will take that every single time. Same again with the Dallas point guard, Sevgi Uzun. I'm taking her as well. Here's another Monique Billings. I did have Monique Billings ahead of Clarendon. Did I not put Monique? Oh, I did put her up here. I had Monique Billings ahead of Clarendon. I just think she'll get more minutes than Clarendon. Clarendon just stays in the teens. She starts, but then stays, in 17 minutes. Like, that's not a lot of playing time. Another one to watch, Rickea Jackson. 31 minutes, 16 fantasy points. She has the usage. She looks good. She's getting the minutes. So I think she's going to come around. I think you kind of keep your eyeballs on her. I think she'd be a good replacement, on the days you're going to need a big. It says, you scared me about Howard being on IR. I meant Ryan. Oh, right. I thought you meant Natasha. Sorry. And while production has dropped a little, appears healthy. I love your channel and engagement. Thank you. I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, Ryan Howard. Sorry, I thought you meant Natasha Howard. My bad. Yeah, you're set with guards. Maybe if you can get a big, like a really solid big, but if you got bigs, you're set. You don't need anyone really. Which rookie cooks tonight? You know what? I'm impartial to Cameron Brink. I think in our prediction show, I was like, okay, Caitlin Clark, Rookie of the Year, yada, yada. But I was like, Cameron Brink, though, is going to give her a run for her money. And I feel like Cameron Brink's so solid. I just think, I don't know why I'm so impartial to her. I just like how she plays. I just like who she is as a person, I think. And I think that's what sticks out. So I'm always going to say Cameron Brink. She's just blocking shots left and right. But I really think Rickea Jackson is a sleeper, and no one's really talking about her a lot just because she's coming off the bench. But I swear, as soon as she gets more production and starts showing people what she can do, we're going to start talking about her a lot. Clarendon, my third point guard. I'm sad about it. Yeah, that's a little rough. But better than other options, okay? I've had worse. I ended up keeping Sophie Cunningham, dropping Mariah Jefferson. Mariah Jefferson seems too injury prone while Sophie is a tank. Kelsey Mitchell came in clutch this week. Yep, that Kelsey Mitchell one was a great snag. That's pretty dope. Yeah, Sophie Cunningham, she's been doing good. I'm surprised. All of Phoenix. Phoenix looks good. Kalia Copper is having an MVP season right now. Natasha Cloud looks really good. Like, they're all pretty in sync. And I don't think we all thought that was going to happen just because of the, the media pitting, like, drama, like, oh, like, because, Copper had issues with Cunningham, yada, yada. So, yeah, no, Phoenix looked really tough. Do you ever keep players you like just because? I personally love Haley Jones in Atlanta, so try to hold on a spot for her. I like to keep players I want to cheer for. No, yeah, it's hard. But we said in our video, you can't get attached. You got to cut them. Especially if your game's close and you need a player, you got to cut them. I wish it was 2 guards, 2 bigs, 2 utility. You know what? I think... Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's hard as the league gets bigger. So like, that's why we wanted to stay at 8 teams instead of going to 10, because it just gets so slim. It gets so hard finding people. And like you said, bigs are hard to come by. So no, I understand. Next year though, guys, if we want to vote on how each league is set up, I want to keep the league rules all the same though, but if we want to talk about creating like new setup, I'm open for next year. Like Lainey is a forward on fantasy. Yeah, she is. Shigi, do you hoop or you just no ball? Okay, let's not judge. Megan's the college hooper in our group. I'll give you guys the down low really quick. Megan's the college hooper in our group. Me and Brooke were basketball enthusiasts. I did play in high school, but everyone is like, oh yeah, I played in high school. No, I'm not one of those. I played softball in college, so different. But I always loved basketball. I don't know, like height's not on my side, so I knew that wasn't gonna get me to college. So softball was the thing that got me to college. So I love all sports though, football, basketball. I was raised around sports, so yeah. And I just, like I said, love basketball. You can say the same for Brooke. Brooke's more of like a soccer head. Like if we all had to pick something, Brooke really loves soccer. Me and Meg really love basketball, football. So I love softball. Like we can talk softball if you guys know that, but I know it doesn't have the audience, but that's kind of our background. But yeah, if, had hoop dreams if I was about like 4 inches taller, She's gone now, but would you drop Diamond for Van Loo? Diamond to Shields or Diamond Miller? Because you can put both of them on IR and then just pick up Van Loo. And then they can add BG. Yeah, no, Phoenix is looking tough. I'm telling you, Phoenix is looking good. Last year, I put Berger on my championship team last second because of favoritism. I did the same thing. One of my players, I was in the championship, and I picked up all my old players because like me and Meg came down to like the wire, and so I dropped heck of people because they didn't have any more games. But at the end, the championship game, I put them back on my roster to win a ring. Damn, that height, not on my side. Comment Hermie. I'm telling you, the height matters. I was quick, but people get bigger, and you're just small, But yeah, I know a little something. Last couple for the wire. Bridget Carlton. It's kind of the same names. I didn't know so many people had back-to-back games. That sucks. Bridget Carlton. Naz Hillman's been pretty consistent. 18 minutes, 14 fantasy points. Maddie Seegers, 25 minutes, 12 fantasy points. And then Ariel Powers. Keep a lookout for Ariel Powers. She's been pretty, getting consistent minutes. 17 minutes, 15 fantasy points. And then obviously Haley Jones, Crystal Dangerfield. You can kind of coin flip that. I know Haley's starting right now, but it's the fantasy production is not really there. But short games on that one. I'm over here watching Super Regionals on the TV and the Sparks and iPad. That's my summer, literally. That's what I do. We have 2 TVs, 1 softball regionals, 1 basketball. Yeah, that's just how we do. No, for real. No, but any sport. I just love sports. So yeah, but yeah. Any other questions, fantasy, regular, anything like that? Let me know. Drop them in. Thank you guys for hanging on. It was a rough experience, I know. My bad with the connection. I wanted to keep doing the live even though I wasn't going to be at home. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. There will be a Friday that I won't think we'll be able to do live. I'll be at an Aces game. So, yeah, I won't be able to do live because I'll be watching the Aces. That's more to come, though. We'll talk about that more on our Monday video. So, any more questions, guys, before I log off? Fave team to root for in what sport? Basketball, football, softball? I guess any of them? No, I need a category. You got to give me a category. Yeah, no problem. Here, we're live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Unless I changed in the Discord or on social media. You guys will know, though. You guys will know. WNBA? Oh, Las Vegas Aces. That's my favorite team. That is my favorite team. Yep. Kelsey Plum. The reason Las Vegas is my favorite team is because Kelsey Plum. I don't know if you guys know that. I've followed Kelsey Plum since Washington. So whatever team she was drafted to, I was going to be a fan of. But I guess, what was it? The Stars? San Antonio? But, Las Vegas. Miller, what did I say? Dinah Miller. I have Camilla. Oh, you have Cardoso. Yeah, drop Miller. She wasn't. What was your question, though? Drop. Sorry. The comments slid up. Yeah, get Van Loo. Drop Miller. As long as Sykes is out, Van Loo, she's the player. She's the player to go for. And Miller wasn't even doing good in fantasy-wise anyways. Yeah, you gotta drop Miller if you're in a close matchup. Are you a day one? Oh, yeah, I answered the, yeah. I'm a day one, yeah, Kelsey Plum. I always joke, like, if Kelsey Plum ever leaves the Aces, I might have to leave. No, I'm just playing. It's like one of those, like, you know when you, like, fall in love with your first, like, player, and then they go to the team, and then they leave the team, and then you're like, dang. Like, but you're already bought in. You can't leave the team now. But, like, I'll always be a fan of Kelsey Plum, so if she goes somewhere else and you guys see me rocking a different jersey, that's why. But I'll always be an Aces fan. Even though they're bringing a team to the Bay Area finally, that would have been an easier choice from California. So, but, yeah. I guess Aces is close. Nevada. I kept Miller out of favoritism, but she's gone now. Yeah, you gotta cut. I know it's hard. It's hard to cut these players. Oh, Van Loo's gone? Oh, no. Mikal Bridges left Phoenix, and it's not the same. I hated that for them. I love Mikal Bridges. I love his personality. He seems like a cool dude. Poor guy. But I feel it. Once your favorite player leaves, it's kind of like, dang. But, yeah. I'll have to stick with the Aces. No. Then they got Asia Wilson after that, and how can you not like the Aces after that? All right, any other questions? I got to pick up some players at 7, so if you guys are good or not, let me know. But yeah, join our Discord. I post all the updates first thing to Discord. It's just so easy to share. I hope it's helping you guys, keeping up with the injury news and stuff like that, because I feel like it changes in a split second, and no one's like really looking for that stuff. So hopefully that is helping you guys out in Discord as well. But if you guys have any questions that come up, message me in Discord. People in Discord are also answering questions for you if I don't get there in time, so it's pretty helpful. But good luck to you guys. I'm in a close matchup. So I got to get to the waiver wire right now, actually. I got some planning to do. I can't tell you guys my moves because my opponent might be in here. He's already one step ahead of me right now. So we got to get back. But thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in Monday. I think I'm posting at 8 a.m. Another video. I don't know what we're going to talk about. But Brooke said she's going to be there. So it's going to be me, Brooke, and Megan. Reunited. I know it's probably boring with just me. But thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate all of your comments. Who you got winning tonight? Hey, let me tell you. Indiana. I can't say Indiana. LA's tough. And I know they only have like one win, but LA looks tough. It's going to be a close game. And I think I have to go LA. I won't be surprised if Indiana wins, but I just like how LA's been playing. So I'm going to go LA. I don't know what you guys think. Indiana has to win, though, at some point. So I just hope they don't beat the Aces, because that would be pretty, that'd be embarrassing. But anywho, message me your questions if you guys have any. Tune into Monday's video. And yeah, I'll be back Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you guys. Peace.